Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into week 12 edition of the Russo N Goodwin Show. I am your co-host as always. Coach is Coach is
Don't need the door being open like that. It was bothering me.
I'm Anthony, here with Coach Trey as well. Coach, how are we doing this evening?
First of all, your name is not Anthony.
Yeah, it's Russo. I don't know why.
On this show.
Still in work
You're
mode.
going full gov right now is a choice, brother.
Yeah, not a good choice right now, honestly.
How
are we, man?
We're good. I am bitterly exhausted. I've been kind of going all over the place, rocking and rolling, moving and shaking in all the different directions. But back home, hopefully for the next month or so before we can take some holiday vacation. Thanksgiving just around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Literally 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today.
That time of year, everyone's on their vacation / holiday mode, and what a better time to do it. We missed you last week. Obviously, we knew you had some other business to take care of, not at home. So we're glad to have you back. And obviously, we did get to tune in to your show yesterday, catching up with Coach, which is always a great hit. Special edition on Wednesday. Obviously, we're coming off of yet another episode, another week of disappointing results. What is this, 4 straight losses for the LSU Tigers right now? I think they've dropped 4 straight since Ole Miss. Right?
Damn, that hurts my feelings a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it. So let's just get into it. So obviously, we'll put some of the box score down here, and let's just get into it. LSU falls to Alabama, 20-9, in a game where once again,
they beat South Carolina.
Oh, that's right. They beat South Carolina. Okay, so 1-4 in the last 5 games. The theme of this season continued, basically. You have a new interim coach. You were promised a few different things. And after all of that, it kind of was a what's the best word to say? It's the standard of this season. You were in the game. You had several plays that could have gone your way, and it didn't. And you lose by 2 possessions. The odds makers got it right on the button with 10.5. And obviously, the most interesting portion of this game was Garrett Nussmeier getting benched for Michael Van Buren. After, if you look at it, a statistical, like if you look from the box score, it looked like he was having a relatively good game. So if you didn't watch the tape, you would be shocked. But I mean, if you look at the box score, 18 for 21, 121. The yards aren't there, and that's been a theme, right? Like we thought we would maybe see some more deep throws with the new coach, but we didn't. What was your take on the benching? Let's just start with that.
Garrett Nussmeier will be listed as probable versus Arkansas, says interim head coach Franklin Wilson. Is this dude about to sit out?
Wait, say that again? I was too busy reading the comments. Go on.
Garrett Nussmeier will be listed as probable versus Arkansas.
Interesting. I think this dude's had it. If you saw the last conversation with him and Frank, it was obviously, it went viral. He looks checked out. He looks out of it. Now, like,
he was a good
were you
teammate,
expecting
man.
it to happen when it did? Like,
no,
it just felt like the inevitable. But
no, he was a good teammate. Like, he was a good teammate about it. He was, high-fiving everybody. The tea on the street has been that he has been in gear and checked in. But I don't remember him being that hurt. But he did obviously complete 18 of 21. I believe 15 of that 18 was behind the line of scrimmage. I genuinely do not recall, and I mean this, I genuinely do not recall that many screen passes in an LSU football game ever.
Man,
That was difficult because it worked and then it didn't, and then it was so in the other direction to where it didn't.
Dude, shout out, Hunter, man. Appreciate you being here.
Big Hunter guy here.
Yeah, no,
it was bad.
What's
just undisciplined? It was undisciplined football. Say it would like we got to this on the show last night. We can say we can say whatever whatever you want to say. That game, despite the flaws, you had the ability to be all in. Like you had the ability to win the game despite being that bad. And yet,
which has been the theme outside of the Texas A&M game. It has been the theme of the season.
It is frighteningly aggravating that we are consistently having to have discussions about timely penalties, bro. I am now to the point where it feels kind of like someone has to be honest. You are staring a 500 season in the face if you do not go out and win the football game this weekend.
With Taylor Green playing. And your defense wasn't, your defense
awesome.
Pretty much did everything you could ask.
Awesome.
And the defense has gotten some flack as of late, right? I think everyone
not that game
has, but there are several times where this team has given you chances and you just haven't played complimentary football all season long. Maybe with the glimpse of the second half of the Clemson game, you have not played complimentary football one time this season in big games. And, whether the offense gave you enough and the defense didn't, or the defense gave you enough stops and you couldn't score, that has been the theme of this season. And you know what else made me upset? We were told we were going to get some more runs, right, with Harlem Berry.
You did in the first half.
But that's the theme. Nothing changed. 12 carries, 66 yards. Now, I know a lot of that was on that big run. I think he had like 35 or 36 yards on that big run, but he's still averaging 5 yards a carry. I'm expecting that dude to get the rock 20, 25 times. It can't be worse than these short passes that you were calling. And I don't know if that's a testament to Nuss calling different plays at the line. I know we've discussed that where coaches have been frustrated with maybe him changing things up or maybe just not hitting his reads. He just looks scared and hesitant to throw the football. And I think a lot of people have thrown hate his way all season and even last season. But I've given him the benefit of the doubt for this entire season. And at some point, it's like you've got to, while the full blame shouldn't be put on him, it is frustrating that we have seen this level of regression from someone that was projected to be a top 10 pick in the draft, to be the co-Heisman favorite. You see Jaden Daniels with probably as large of or maybe not as large or similar, but you see him with a offensive line that wasn't that good make plays happen. I know it's with his feet, he's more athletic than Garrett. I get that. But to see his regression play this much, to see him fall this much, and it's going to hurt his draft stock. It's going to hurt everything. What make you of this season with Garrett compared to last? Where does he go from here? And does he continue to play the season?
I'm not exactly sure why. I'm not exactly sure why he wouldn't. At this point, you're in. Like you've already gotten to the point where now your draft stock has already taken a tumble, and that is your fault. That is your OC's fault. That is your offensive line's fault. But there's something to be said. If Garrett were to take this offensive line and say, F it, Tradez is down there somewhere, and just throw him, just it would be one thing, but the fact that it's scared, undisciplined, clocking the ball with time left on the clock, giving the ball back before half. I mean,
delay a game after a timeout.
It is to
Man.
a point where he is not doing anything to help be a better situation for the coordinators. And it's honestly really, really frustrating, because where we saw him be so clutch in these kinds of positions last year, it's like, because he knows he doesn't have bookends, now all of a sudden I don't know where my confidence, like, he doesn't have the confidence to say, I'm going to have 3 seconds here and I've got to toss it.
Yeah.
And that is a problem, because you will not have, if you get drafted to most teams in the NFL, you're not going to have a great offensive line. There are very few good offensive lines in the NFL.
Look at Joe Burrow.
So you mean to tell me you need to be drafted by the Eagles in order to go and have a pocket? Like, I don't understand where this isn't his first time having to play behind a not great offensive line. Granted, they pass blocked themselves really well last year. But they've just been having difficulty, man. And again, I feel bad, because clearly he wants to be there. He clearly wants to put on for the city. But
and no one faults him for that. I think that's why a lot of people gave him, a lot of the true LSU fans are giving him enough leeway, like, where they're like, okay, like, this dude came back for us, like, he's our guy. He wanted to stay here. He's the 5th-year guy, and then we're in week 12, and it's like you said, nothing's progressed, nothing but regression, and that leads me to my segue of. And I know Frank has talked about this, about, whether or not you burn MVB's red shirt. He's only got 1 game left to play. Anything past that, right, he is going to burn that. And it sounds like they are going to have some split plays, like 50-50. It's not a situation where Nuss is going to be hurt, unless you just reported that he is probable all of a sudden without any kind of designation.
It feels like, to me, the dumb thing to do for MVB is, if we're going to split snaps, I don't want to play. Like
100%.
That's where I would be if I'm him. If
100%.
we're going to split snap, like, I'm either starting or I'm not.
Yeah.
And you do have Colin Hurley.
Who hasn't played, I don't believe.
If Mike doesn't want to burn his red shirt, you could put Colin in there.
Yeah.
And against Arkansas, you should be able to dink and dunk and run the ball to be able to score on this defense that is horrendous. It's just really, really difficult for me to see Garrett not starting. So it just depends on what Mike wants to do. I will say, if you manage to win this game, okay, and then you obviously go and beat Western Kentucky, and then you're staring at a
8-4,
a 8-4 or
7-5,
a 7-5 type outcome. 8-4 and 7-5 feel vastly different to me.
They do.
And so if you've got that and you say, hey, brother, listen, big homie, if we can go on the road to Oklahoma, you've got 1 game left. I don't care about a bowl game, whatever happens in a bowl game. If we can hang on to your 1 red shirt, give us the best chance to go, we're going to go Alabama 2.0. Because there's a part of me that really thinks that Oklahoma can go into Tuscaloosa and win that football game.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that really does think that they can do it. And if that's the case, you will have nothing but LSU looking to just screw their season. And I want all the bullets in the gun. However, it feels like Garrett's going to get first crack at this, and they're going to let Garrett play the game. That's what it feels like.
As they should. And if Garrett,
but he does not give you the best chance to win right now. I do not think that.
I agree. I think for both Michael and the university, it is within both of their best interests that we do not burn this this red shirt. And this is possibly upwards of like a seven-figure mistake.
Yeah.
Because like you even see what happened with Nuss himself. I mean, he's making seven figures comfortably, I would say, with all the NIL endorsements he's gotten.
Oh, yeah.
And with the major thing is after this season, who's on the roster? Hurley and MVB. You only have 2 scholarship quarterbacks.
What's difficult for me is I'm not of the I'm not of the belief that all is lost. However, I am of the belief that if not now, when? Because there's a part of me that's like, at what point are you going to be able to prove that you can go and be an SEC quarterback? Because if you go into the transfer portal, it feels like you're going to go try to play in the ACC or the Big 12. Like, it feels like if you're willing to wanting to, like, you need to play, whether it's this game or Oklahoma or whatever. Like,
you talking about MVB?
Yes. So there's only so much that you can give in order to say, hey, maybe I do belong here. So there's a point of that too, which is why I think that he might just go F it on the red shirt. But I don't think that's in his best interest.
No, it is not within either of their best interest because, and now hear me out. He can play one more game and be fine, correct? Or if he plays the game, it's burned. So if he plays 2 more times, I think you can play 4 times.
I'd have to look.
If that,
I don't know how many he's played in.
He's played 3. So this would be 4. I'm pretty sure the rule is you have up to 4 excluding a bowl game. Like, I don't think the bowl game counts.
Bowl game does not count.
So if I'm MVB, if you're smart, you're like, hey, let Garrett spin the rock this game against Arkansas. I would push to start that Western Kentucky game. Just get a full crack at it. And I know it's Western Kentucky. I know, but like if you can put some good tape out there.
That's what I'm saying.
Then it's like now we can make a decision at that point. It's like, okay, I've got it. You know, I'm going against Western Kentucky. I've got some tape out here now. Do I sit and make more money, or do I play now and gamble on myself? Regardless, I don't think at minimum he should not play in this game against Arkansas.
Are you of the belief that he needs to play in order to win?
MVB?
Mm-hmm.
You're on the position that Nuss does not give you the best chance to win, correct?
I think that Michael Van Buren being able to evade, pass rush allows him the chance to be the better option. Yes.
Why not? Why not play Colin Hurley?
Because he's obviously not ready.
Is that confirmed?
I mean, if it looks like a duck and it talks like a duck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think it's within Garrett's best interest to play because, I mean, buddy, I don't think there's any worse you're going to get for this season right now. And if you can spin the narrative that you go 8-4, that's drastically different than 7-5, given the head coaching change in the middle of the season and amidst the drama going on with that right now that we can talk about towards the end of the show. But 5.5-point favorites with Taylor Green playing.
What's the over?
I do not know. Let me look.
Yeah, look for me.
While we're getting that out, any final thoughts on this Bama game before we segue into the next topic?
I've seen enough from Bauer Sharp. He's the direct reason why you didn't make the field goal. I said it. I said it to you. I said it on the show. I said it to you. Like, if you're telling me that he allows you the best chance at blocking, okay, but
57.5, by the way.
I'm up on that.
I like that a lot.
I also think in a world where you need to run the football, in a world where you need to run the football, I think that you need to be realistic with yourself. Get an extra tackle in there. Get a Donovan Green in there. Save Bauer Sharp for whenever you need to go 3 of them in that diamond formation maybe. But the false starts and the fumbling and the not doing assignments, I literally can't deal with it anymore. I swear to God, I can't deal with it anymore. And that's where I'm standing on it.
Let's get into the hot
sorry.
Let's get into the hot topic of the last couple of weeks since Brian Kelly's departure.
I feel like we're shopping at Hot Topic because we're not doing anything physical.
And nothing to benefit us at the time.
Dude, literally, this is how I feel. And I don't mean to be dramatic.
Go on.
When I watch an LSU football game as a fan, that first of all, I spend a lot of money to go and watch them and invest an incredible amount of my emotional and physical time following the recruiting, following the coaches, listening to every second of everything that can be consumed, spending my afternoons 2 to 3 nights a week talking about it for other people's benefit, okay? For me to watch the football game, and when I leave the game, when I'm done watching the game, the only thing I can relate it to, and Hot Topic reminded me of it, it's like when you were shopping at Hollister as like a 13-year-old with your mom and she let you like go shop on the side of the store by yourself. It's dark as shit in there. You can't see anything. You can't hear anything. You can't even, none of your senses work because all you smell is like the Abercrombie mousse or whatever theirs was. And you crush your shin on one of the benches with the cargos and the jeans on it. And you just like, you went there for a purpose and then you just left sad. Like, that's how the LSU football games have made me feel lately.
While an adventure there, probably a good analogy. Yeah.
I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. And I can't continue to pretend like we're going to continue to put socks on centipedes. Get the people out of the game that do not do things right. Why? Why is it vertical now? We don't know, Tyler.
Good question. Lots of
why is it vertical? Big vertical guy over there?
It's
you doing some stuff, dude?
We're having some new features here, and I don't know. Deal with us, for the time while we're all, unhappy with everything. We'll touch on this briefly. Obviously, the Brian Kelly lawsuit came out this week. Any thoughts on one, that,
yeah.
And two, does it hinder your search for a new head coach?
No, it is not. It is ultimately not going to keep you from getting a good head coach. It may keep you from right now getting the interest immediately that you need. However, the one way you can get away from this is if you, because there have been some people on social media that have said that Michigan State and Penn State have reached out with whatever interest. I do not know what level of interest in Brian Kelly. If you bypass and waive, I forget what the part of the negotiation, the contract is called, and Matt Moscona came out and talked about this, but it makes 100% sense. If you come out and you basically waive, there's an area of the contract that basically says whenever you get more work, like this money gets treated as like a bonus. So like if they agree to basically say they don't want to pay the full $54 million and they agree to, 40 or 38.5. And Brian Kelly goes and works at Michigan State. If he takes that job at Michigan State, then the 38.5 in essence means that he gets that money in bonus. Like you settle for less money and then he gets to keep that money. Whereas right now, if you go and take another job, then we don't have to pay you that buyout money. So in essence, you're saying we're going to pay you less money to just get out of our face. And then if you end up taking another job, you can just keep that money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's the part where I think they're going to settle. Neither one of these two institution of LSU and the institution of Brian Keith Kelly want their skeletons to come out of the closet. I can assure you of that. So, it feels as though they will settle. I don't think either one of these want to go to court. But LSU owes them the money. LSU owes them that money.
Yeah, I think for context, he's due 54, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I think LSU countered with 23, and then Brian Kelly's camp countered with 34. So he was willing to take close or over a $10 million loss just to settle. But LSU was like, nah. And I think they offered 26, 28.
Yes. And Brian countered with like 40.
I think they got down to 43 was their lowest number, which was $11 million loss.
So the idea is, do you want to give up 11 mil, or do you want to maybe try for 18 mil for this to go any further?
I think they get it. I think both will come to an agreement at some point because like you said, I don't think anyone here wants this to get ugly with the gloves off, which easily can happen in the legal system. And with the time this would take, I think you're better off if you can get 30, 34, 35. I think that's probably good enough. Be done with it. I get both sides though.
Do you know what? Never mind. My mom watches the show. Never mind.
Oh man. I just wanted to pop up here. We talked about this on the show last week, and we'll continue to provide updates. And obviously, Vegas is not the end all be all. They don't, this isn't any indication of what is going to happen. However, Vegas does have edges in the gambling world, and we now have Nick Saban as the betting favorite to be the head coach job. And a moving predicament, it looks like that Joe Brady has come down because he was the leader, second, third. Now he's fifth. And it looks like Clark Lee's the third. The third favorite now behind, I believe that is Lane Kiffin, but who is still an overwhelming favorite to be the Florida head coach.
The problem that I have with the coaching markets is that Vegas isn't putting out those odds. Like,
It's
Vegas,
offshore.
Correct. These are opinions based on information that they have.
I mean, I wouldn't say I would say Vegas is better, the best, but I wouldn't 100% discount the fact that it's offshore.
Putting Joe Brady that high on the list makes me have almost negative amounts of interest and intrigue. But you have to bring it up when Nicholas Lou Saban is at the top of the list. Like, you have to bring it up.
100%.
So,
and I would say to counter the Joe Brady, I agree. I think it's crazy. However, since Brian Kelly's been fired, has he made any statements on emphatically denying that he was coming? I mean, Dan Lanning's on this list, who said he wasn't leaving Oregon if they keep winning, which they are, and he's the sixth favorite. So I guess you make, there's good points to that. It's not 100%. Like I said, it's not the end all be all. It's just a resource. But you are right.
Listen,
when Nick Saban is the leader in the clubhouse, gets you a little excited.
You see this?
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if LSU goes back to the well.
For Saban.
The other well.
Not Ed Orgeron.
The other well.
The former coach?
The cold weather climate well.
Why am I Les Miles? Is he dead?
I don't think that LSU is done being interested in coaches from Indiana.
Trey, it's Thursday, and I can't do these riddles.
Notre Dame.
Marcus Freeman, the coach at the Bills. This guy, the Tyler Pat. Shout out.
Take his comment off.
Marcus Freeman.
Don't.
Okay.
I think that Lane, obviously Austin Thomas wants Lane Kiffin. There's a clear desire for Austin Thomas to want to bring Lane. That is his white whale. That is who he wants to be here. What's up, T? Tyler. He wants Lane Kiffin, but do not be surprised if Verge at least tries to continue to have conversations with brother Marcus, who did send his son to play there. I'm not telling you that Marcus is going to be the next. What I am telling you is,
okay,
telling you.
So you're telling me I should go throw a couple of doll hairs on plus 2,800? Is what you're telling me.
Is that what it's at?
That's what it's at for him.
Can we do that when the show ends?
Yeah. Offshore markets are extremely capped at how much you can bet on these. So we won't be able to. We'll definitely talk. That's interesting. That's good. And look, you listen. Like
I want Lane. I didn't want him last time. You did. I
No.
want Lane. I am on the Lane train. I'm on the Lane train.
I've been on the Lane train since COVID.
I have decided that I can deal with no defense. I can't deal with no offense. I can't.
That's what I made. That was an analogy I made. Like, it is fun, at least, when you have a good offense. Like when Jaden Daniels was playing. Like,
hey, look, we might both score 65 in this thing, but I promise you, we're throwing them. hey,
that's what I'm saying.
You're gonna be in that thing in the fourth quarter, ain't you? You're gonna be tossing. You heard me? It's coming. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
If you're like the Jets offense and Justin Fields is throwing for 50 yards, like, miss me with that, man. Like,
dude, it is hard. And you know something else. I don't really think we're done seeing teams play hard without their head coach. And I don't think that offensive football is done surprising you, because there is a team in Auburn, Alabama that is going to have something to say in the Iron Bowl in a couple of weeks here, my brother. They are completely different without Hugh Freeze. I mean, LSU still kind of looked a little bit of helpless on offense. That team looked like they literally just like yeeted the playbook and just started like getting wristbands and crap.
It sure did.
And just started running like 4 formations and just 8 different route trees. How'd it go last time LSU hired a coach from Notre Dame? Just curious. You're not curious. That's a facetious comment. I'm with you. He asked me, T.
Low hanging fruit, you know. I think you definitely take someone of the caliber of Marcus Freeman. And I think the difference is he's a player's coach. The dude is younger, definitely a different coaching style. I think those would be your two main differences there. Go on, Trey.
Who in your opinion is the second, third, and fourth best team in college football right now?
Second, third, and I have the rankings here.
You want them?
No, I've got them right here at the bottom. This is
Second,
according to the CFP. I mean, A&M is definitely the best SEC team. Personally,
They've played 5 teams that fired their coach.
Okay,
it's a good stat.
I think Indiana. Are you trying to make an argument for Ole Miss here?
No.
Texas?
No.
Vanderbilt?
The point is, any of those teams that you just named, do you honestly think that Notre Dame doesn't stand a chance to go play with them?
I think there are two questions to Notre Dame: whether they deserve it and can they play. Can they play? Yes. Do they deserve it?
The point, they lose 2 games and they look better and they continue to get better down the season.
Well, and
That's
it's
what you look for in a college football team that's coached well.
Yeah. I mean,
he's not wrong.
They went to the national championship last year, though. Gray is dropping some tea leaves on Marcus Freeman possibly being in the race.
The GOAT, the train, and the free man, Marcus Freeman.
We're not even gonna. I think we're just gonna cap it on that. I mean, that's some good tea.
And I'm out on coach. I'm out on your. I know your guy was little cold drink over there, but I believe
Who?
Cold drink, little Eli drink. You know what I'm talking
about? Oh yeah.
I'm out.
A lot of coaches have worked their way out of this conversation, whether it was willingly or not.
Yeah, right. right. Yeah, I mean,
now John Summerall parlayed a bad loss, into
beat the crap out of Memphis, though, right?
Into a good win against Memphis, and is now the betting favorite to be Auburn's head coach.
Well, he's got the Alabama ties, and Jeff Brom's going to get a contract extension. Listen.
Kenny Dillingham's an interesting name.
35 years old, dude. He's an impressive guy, but he lives down the street from like his whole family tree.
I don't think he leaves. That's the problem with this coaching search. You have several guys that are already at home.
Just remember what I said, dude. You know what I'm talking about?
We'll end it on that, man. Y'all have a good week 12. Obviously, we're going to be true Tiger fans and cheer us on at 11:45 a.m. Central.
Pretty sure I'm going to be there, by the way. It's too hot to sit in the woods. I think I'm going to be there.
We will make a bet on Twitter, so check out the handle down there at Russo N Goodwin. LSU sucks. I mean, that's your opinion, and that's not crazy given the results of the season. No one's going to be mad at that. However, check the handle out. We will see you guys next week with Catching Up with Coach. Later.